Hi, Year 6. So this is the second task, and it's all to do with shape. So we need to make sure, first of all, that we know the names of all the different shapes that is on the curriculum. We also then need to develop this a little bit more and use the terms perimeter and area. Now, I'll concentrate on perimeter first. Just quickly, perimeter is that distance around the shape. So imagine if you was to walk around that whole shape, what distance would you walk? Okay. So there's a little example here. So 6 plus the 5. Those have been given, but obviously, as we know, a rectangle, they have the same sides. The opposites are the same. So if that was 6, and hence this is 6, and if this is 5, that's why that's 5 millimeters. So if we was to walk around this shape, the total would obviously be 22 millimeters. Okay. There's a little example for you there, but then there's a task for you to follow. One thing I would like to say, if they have little lines like this, it means that all sides of the shape are the same. Hence, this is a square, okay? There's answers there, but obviously don't look at the answers until you've obviously worked through the task. We want to sort of develop this further then to sort of compound shapes and shapes that are put together. So hence there's an example here to work through. So I'll look at this one first of all. So shape A and B have been put together, and all you need to do is to work out the length of A and work out the length of B. And I feel that that's probably quite self-explanatory, but obviously if you need any help with this, please contact myself via the question link on the website. The answers are there, so hopefully you'll be able to go through that. There's a little experiment for you there. So how many shapes, different shapes, can you make out of 3 perfect squares and 2 triangles? Okay, 2 identical triangles. So have a little work through that. Now we have said for you to maybe print these out and maybe work through it physically with little shapes on the table, but that's totally up to you. You don't have to do that. Obviously, some of the shapes that are available to you are these, and they all have an area, and that leads us to then this. Okay, so perimeter is the distance around the shape. So if you was to walk around the shape, how far would you walk? Arwynebedd is area. That means the area sort of inside the shape. Okay, now it means how many units squared can we fit into that shape? Now, if we was to look, it gives a little explanation as to how to find out the area of a square. So the area of a square is you just multiply its width by its length, and a triangle is different. Now, if you would imagine this triangle being full, it would be obviously it'd be very similar to the square on the left. But what we've done is obviously halved it to make that triangle. So the area of a triangle is, the units multiply together and then we halve it at the end. Okay. Now, all of these shapes that we worked with had the same area being 4 units, because we could fit 4 squares in these shapes, and that's what we want you to look at. Okay, so what is the area of this shape? Well, that is obviously 13 units, because we can fit 13 units squared into it. Okay, the same here. How many units squared fill that shape? Well, that's 27, and in the same here, it's 32. Now, the task we want you to complete is just working out the area of these shapes on the right, and then have a little go of creating shapes with the same area as this giraffe. That's totally up to you. How would you like to do that? All right, have fun.